In the heart of a busy finance department, finance employees are faced with the daily challenge of managing a flood of invoices arriving through email, which need to be manually gone over, checking each itemization and value, ensuring they correspond with the proper purchase order. This process is daunting, error-prone, and time-consuming. When examining the invoice processing flow, we can see that the steps in red are performed manually by the employee for each incoming invoice. This means the employee must perform the repetitive, high-volume, time-consuming, and error-prone task of processing each invoice individually. Infor's Enterprise Automation is powered by artificial intelligence and uses robotic process automation to streamline this process into a simplified flow, seamlessly integrating the involved systems in this process, which eliminates the need for manual intervention. Automating such highly repetitive, time-consuming processes not only drastically increases efficiency, but also guarantees a flawless execution, eliminating costs of rework. Moreover, employees can focus on higher-value initiatives rather than mundane tasks. To get started, let's first trigger the robotic process automation from the RPA assistant. Most of the steps executed by this bot would happen as a scheduled background task without ever being visible to the user. However, for this demonstration, we will present each of the components taking part in the process execution. First, RPA jumps in, reading supplier invoices from any source you define, such as email attachments, scanned PDFs, or uploaded documents. Note that the invoices can be in multiple formats, but this is not an issue. RPA uses the Infor document processing component to automatically extract key values from the invoice documents regardless of naming or formatting variation. The system employs advanced pattern recognition using AI models to extract the necessary invoice information. AI enables intelligent extraction of key values such as invoice number, PO number, vendor name, invoice date, tax amount, and total amount in any format or variation of the key name that is mentioned. Now, instead of needing to manually create the invoice by looking up the PO and creating the invoice line by line, RPA interfaces with the Cloud Suite, seamlessly fetching the receipts of purchase order for received invoices that are not yet invoiced. Next, let's access the Infor Cloud Suite application to see what information is being read by running the bot. First, the bot is looking up the PO by entering a particular number and filtering for unmatched receipt line. Then, the bot is reading the stored unique identifiers of lines, quantity, and unit cost per line. Later, those values will be needed to preform the total invoice amount distribution. At this point, the optimizer component of the Infor AI platform joins the automation orchestration. Ensuring equitable distribution, the AI optimizer analyzes the data and intelligently allocates the invoice amount to receipt lines not yet invoiced. To do that, it uses the data retrieved from digitized paper invoices and Cloud Suite. Prior to performing such transaction, an AI optimizer quest would need to be created to train an optimization model which will distribute the line amount by maximizing the total invoice amount. To see the distribution in practice, let's send the exact data used during the bot execution to Optimizer and check the outcome. As you can see, the total amount was distributed into 3 lines based on the provided unit cost and quantity. The next step is to register supplier invoice in the ERP. With all necessary data, the RPA will start the process of creating the invoices by combining the head information and the line items, streamlining the process for further automation. The RPA seamlessly integrates with Cloud Suite using the API gateway to perform this task automatically. However, before the invoice can be created in M3, we need to format and receive payload from Infor AI Optimizer by matching the amount lines with correct lines. To do that, we are using API flows, which help us execute the necessary formatting steps. Once done, the bot calls the Infor Cloud Suite API to create the invoice in the system. To maintain compliance and easy access, RPA stores the invoice attachments securely in the Infor document management system. Here, we are able to see the invoice in the In Context widget by selecting the particular invoice in Infor Cloud Suite. As the process nears completion, the RPA system sends automated notifications to the users, keeping them informed about the status of batch processing of the attachments. Once the process is completed, a notification is sent to our inbox, which we can access from the In Context panel and check the results of the job execution. The notifications contain all the necessary information, which allows us to look up the invoice in the system. If there have been no errors, the process continues by sending the automatically processed invoices for approval. With the final step, all interface details are seamlessly recorded in the comprehensive batch record, enabling smooth audit trails and tracking. Embrace the power of Infor Enterprise Automation and experience robotic process automation in your operations today.